Welcome viewers. In this exercise, we will learn to cleanse, tone and moisturize the face, apply concealer and foundation, apply makeup to correct any defects in the facial features, and also to do contouring or camouflage makeup to correct the face shape.
A hearty welcome to all of you. In this video presentation, we will discuss about the garment checkers. Quality means different things to different people. Some may say the best money can buy. It is usually a slippery and difficult term to come to grips. In the manufacturing industry, it is commonly stated that quality drives productivity. Improved productivity is a source of greater revenue, employment opportunity, and technological advances. Quality can also mean meeting or exceeding customer expectations all the time. Most discussions of quality refer to finished product. In the garment industry, too, quality is very important. Garment checkers play a great role in maintaining the quality by checking at various levels. Let us see about them.
The garment should be measured on a clean, flat, smooth surface and never on top of other garments, fabric, carpet or other surface that may distort the garment. The garment should be gently smoothed off all the wrinkles and should be laid completely flat on the table. All the measurements are taken on the wearer's either left or right side of the garment. All the measurements are taken on the front of the garment with buttons and or zippers fully closed unless and otherwise stated. For all buttoned garments, button should be at the end of the buttonhole for any circumference measurements. Button spacing should be measured from the center of button to the center of
Next button.
the highest point of the shoulder meets the neck seam where collar or neck trims are added. If the HPS accuracy is not correct, it affects the other measurements. This is not the correct HPS. This is the correct one. The chest circumference or width is measured 1 inch below the armhole. Thus it is measured. While taking the waist circumference or width, first turn the shirt to the back side with the buttons closed. From the nape, measure 19 inches down. From there, the waist width is measured. For the straight bottom, measure at the bottom edge straight across the body from side edge to side edge. To measure the curved shirt tail bottom, it is taken straight across at the top of the shirt tail. Measure the front body length at center front. Measure the front body length from the HPS to the bottom. Turn the shirt for measuring the back length. Measure the back body length from the center back neck to the bottom. Measure the back body length from the HPS to the bottom. Measure the across shoulder width from one shoulder tip to the other. This is how it is measured. The shoulder slope is measured from the HPS to the shoulder tip. Normally, it is not measured using a scale but only for this demonstration purpose. Measure the forward shoulder height from the HPS to the shoulder line. Across back width is measured at the yoke seam. Turn the shirt. Across front is measured from mid armhole to mid armhole. Measure the sleeve biceps circumference 1 inch below the armhole at an angle of 90 degrees. For the elbow circumference, center fold half from shoulder seam to the seam or sleeve edge. Measure from the underarm seam across the sleeve. For the sleeve forearm, measure across the sleeve parallel to the sleeve opening 7 inches above the cuff edge. The underarm seam is measured from the armpit to the sleeve end. For the cap height, measure from underarm straight across the sleeve, forming a perpendicular line with the fold or grain, and then measure along the fold or grain to the top of the sleeve. For the hem height, measure from the bottom of the sleeve to top row of stitching. The sleeve cuff circumference is measured at the relaxed or the buttoned stage. For the cuff height, measure from the cuff seam to the bottom of rib or sleeve edge. For the placket height, measure from cuff seam to the top of placket. For the placket width, measure from sewn placket edge to opening edge. For the under placket width, measure from sewn under placket edge to opening edge. The neck circumference without the collar band is measured from the center front to the center front. The neck width is measured from the HPS to the HPS. Measure the collar height at center back. Measure the band height at center back. Measure the collar length at top edge. Measure the collar spread. Measure from the HPS straight down to the imaginary position or to the top edge of the pocket. Measure from the center front to the imaginary position or to the closest edge of the pocket. Measure the pocket length. Measure the pocket width. Measure the pocket hem width. Measure the front placket width.
Shirt measurements are shown again.
Nap to bottom is measured. Height point shoulder to bottom is measured. Yoke height is measured. Shoulder width is measured. Across back is measured. Chest width is measured 1 inch below the armhole. Underarm side seam is measured. Armhole curve is measured. Armhole straight is measured. Sleeve length with cuff is measured from center back to sleeve. Cuff height is measured. Sleeve bottom is measured. Sleeve placket is measured. Pocket length is measured. Pocket width is measured. Placket width is measured. Pocket position from HPS is measured. Pocket position from center front is measured. Yoke front forward is measured. Side open is measured. Collar buttonhole to buttonhole is measured. Collar height is measured. Bandwidth is measured. Collar point is measured. Second button position is measured. Last button position is measured. Collar spread is measured. Collar point to point is measured. Neck point to point is measured. Sleeve bottom length is measured. Sleeve placket width is measured. Pocket flap width is measured. Pocket flap length is measured. Half sleeve is measured. Half sleeve bottom is measured. Half bottom hem is measured.
Dear student, in this segment, you have learnt about the various measurements of shirt for garment checking. Let's move on to the next segment.
Measure along the top edge of the waistband from edge to edge. Waistband height is measured from top edge of waistband to the waist seam or bottom row of stitching. Waistband extension length is measured. High hip is measured 3 inches below waistband seam at center front. Low hip is measured 7 inches below waistband seam. The fullness is measured from 2 inches up from crotch point and the fullness is measured. Measure front rise including waistband. Front rise excluding waistband is measured. Thigh is measured from 1 inch below the crotch point. Knee position is measured. Half of inseam from the half 2 inches above. From there, the circumference is measured. Leg opening circumference is measured at the bottom edge of the pant. Bottom hem is measured from bottom to stitch length. Front fly opening is measured at center front from waist seam to bar tack. Width of the fly is measured. Side packet open is measured from 1 inch down from the waist seam. From there, pocket opening is 6.5 inches. Welt pocket position from waist seam to pocket edge. Measure pocket opening along the seam, bar tack to bar tack inside. Welt width is measured as per the style. Pocket pouch, the width is measured and length is measured from edge to edge. Measure the pocket bag length from waist to the pocket end. Width is measured. Thigh is measured from 1 inch below the crotch point. Lapel width is measured at widest point of lapel from row line perpendicular to collar edge. Lapel point length, gauge line measured from the point to the seam of the collar point. Lapel spread is the distance between lapel point to lapel point.
Jeans pant. Full length is measured including waistband to bottom. Waistband length is measured. Waist circumference is measured after closing the button. J-stitch length is measured from the waist to bar tack. Fly width is measured. Loop length and width are measured. Front rise including the waistband up to where the leg joined. Back rise including the waistband up to where the leg is joined. Inner leg length is measured from the crotch point to bottom. Jeans pocket length is measured from the waist seam to pocket edge. Length is measured from the side seam to bar tag. Coin pocket length and width are measured.
Back yoke is measured from the waistband to low waist. Back yoke side length is measured.
Back patch pocket length and width are measured. Slant pocket length is measured waist seam to back tag. Slant pocket width is measured side seam to pocket edge. Elastic width is measured. Elastic is measured in relaxed position and also measured stretched position.
All the measurement points for shirts, pants, jeans pant, half trousers, etc. are entered numerically in the table by the checkers. Measuring list value is entered either in inches or centimeters accordingly.
So far you have seen and learnt the measurement of pant, jeans pant, half trousers and elastic, and the measurements are noted in the given table in inches or centimeters.